Welcome back to Success with Steven. My name is Steven Smith. On this channel, we talk about all things financial literacy. And today we're going to be discussing how you can make an extra $5,000 to $10,000 next month, even if you are currently broke. And this is something that, again, I've done myself. Everything I discuss is going to be firsthand experience. And I am very confident that anyone can achieve this and that you'll be able to do this without investing any sort of upfront capital or money to start. And no matter what your age, your status, whether you're full-time, part-time, or you're unemployed, even if you're a stay-at-home parent, you will be able to do this as well. And we're going to be using these simple strategies and ideas in order for you to achieve your financial goals. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Now, before we start discussing exactly how you can make an additional $5,000 to $10,000 a month, I always like to start with an opening that kind of changes your mindset, because a lot of things about money, if we really break them down, they're psychological, and the barriers that make you think that you can and cannot do something really determine whether or not you'll be able to succeed whenever it comes to doing any of these things. And one important thing that I want to talk about is the amount of time that you have or the amount of money that you have, because that is very important when we're talking about how you can make an extra $5,000 to $10,000 a month next month. Now, when you don't have a lot of money, you will have a lot of time. And for some of you who say, I don't have any time or any money, then, I don't know what to tell you, but that's not true. You may have to look at your schedule and you may have to reprioritize, but I can say with certainty, for people who have a lot of money sometimes, especially if they're working a lot, they may not have as much free time. Now, for people who have a lot of free time, you may not necessarily have a lot of money. So that's the usual case. There are some outliers in this situation, but for the most part, this is going to be what's happening. How many times have you heard the phrase, don't sell your time for money? I've heard that phrase so many times when I was trying to learn about how to make money and doing the same thing you're probably doing now, going on YouTube, looking for answers and thinking I'm not really getting what I want. Like, I'm not getting a straight answer. And to be honest, everybody kind of said the exact same thing. It just felt like I was, running in circles. It became so painful to hear it because no one actually explained what it meant. You need to have a regular 9-to-5 job in order for society to function. We need people in these places in order for us to even be able to have operations like we do. You can't have Amazon without employees. But the thing that I started to understand is, or my interpretation of it is, now, if you want to make a lot of money, you need to get paid by a result and not necessarily by the hour. That's really it. Okay. That is really it. I personally don't believe that time is money, but when it comes to getting paid for a result, that will ultimately determine what you should be paid. Now, to clarify, there's no way to make money without sacrificing time in some way, form, or fashion. But as you make more money, there are ways to use it to make a lot more money in a short amount of time. And again, we're going to get to the $5,000 to $10,000 a month, but this is very important. I want to talk about skills, and then we'll jump into these other ways that you can actually make $5,000 to $10,000 per month next month. But your skills are going to be the thing that will determine whether or not you'll be able to achieve this. Why are skills important? Why does it matter if I have a skill? What does that have to do with making an extra $5,000 to $10,000 next month? Well, everything. And hopefully by the time you finish this video, you'll understand that there is no shortcut when it comes to really doing any of these things. It's kind of like everyone who wants to learn how to get in shape. When you want to learn how to get in shape, everyone says the exact same thing. There is one true answer. It's diet and exercise. But no matter how many times you can give someone the answer, they're going to look for the shortcut to doing it. Whether it be a drug or whether it be this new fad, they will find any way to not have to do the hard work in order to get it faster or to get it easier. And I'm just here to tell you, there is no shortcut. You're going to have something in order to provide to people that's valuable if you want to make $5,000 to $10,000 next month. Just to get us started, I want to give you a quote, or one of my favorite quotes, and it's: understand, don't memorize, Learn principles, not formula. Now, this phrase is often attributed to a physicist, and his name is Richard Feynman, and he emphasizes the importance of deeply understanding concepts and underlying principles rather than simply memorizing facts or formulas. And I'm gonna break that down and tell you why that's so important. The key to grasp the why behind something and not the what is very important, and people pay a lot of money. And again, I'm gonna give more details to what that actually means. How many people know how to drive a car or know what a car does? I would say most people who have, driven a car kind of knows what a car is and how to drive one, right? We kind of all know that. But how many people actually know how to fix a car? Now, I see that's something that is not very common, not at least as common as the people that know how to drive it. So the reason why I bring that up is if you know how to fix a car, when most people only know how to drive it, they're willing to pay you a good amount of money for you to fix your car because that is a skill that they have. And that's a skill that you would pay in order to do it. And you will pay them based on the result of whatever it is that you have to fix on that car. I hope you kind of understand what I'm saying. There's a reason why becoming a doctor is a rare skill. It takes extensive training. It takes an extensively deep understanding of the human body and complex medical conditions, because we all have bodies, right? Everyone has a body. Everyone, kind of understands how our body will function on a day-to-day basis. But you have no idea about deeply understanding your biology. So you're going to go to a person who can tell you and explain that to you and recommend things for you to improve your health. And that person gets paid a lot to do that because it's not that many people that have that skill, right? Again, the only reason why I'm talking about this is because I'm trying to get you to understand something that not a lot of people really think about, even though it's very open. You need to have a skill in order to get paid a result. If you get paid by a result, you can charge a higher amount depending on what the result is. And that's what we're looking to do to get paid an extra $5,000 to $10,000, next month. Now, again, time, I've said this before, will always be inherently more valuable than money. But to become a valuable person, you need valuable skills. And it does take time to cultivate skills. However, there are a few skills that a lot of people can learn very quickly that are valuable. And that's what we're going to be talking about. Did you know that there are websites right now where you can actually sell a skill? And because there's so many of them, I just kind of took a screenshot and put them here. If you guys want, I will list these things in the description and you can kind of check them out one by one, because some of these are sometimes hyper focused on a particular thing. So these skills or these places that you go to find these, you usually look for freelance websites. And this is something that I've done personally. I've personally done freelance work. I've talked about it on this channel, doing various things where I've made a lot of money in a very short amount of time because of skills that I learned very quickly on the internet. This is something that anyone can actually do. So my favorites are Fiverr, Upwork. I'm sure some of you know things like TaskRabbit, which usually requires more physical things, or you having to do something with your hands. But the right website can help you spend less time looking for work so you can spend more time on that particular task. Again, I highlighted the top freelance websites, and I'll also leave the links in the description so you can look at which one would probably suit whatever your skill is. And then I'm going to give you these skills that I learned fairly quickly and that you can actually use because they're pretty valuable and maybe you never thought about them, or at least I'm hoping that it'll spark an idea in your head that, hey, I actually have this skill that I never really thought about monetizing it, but this can help a lot of people. You never really know. This may just click in your brain and now you're like, oh, I could have been did this. And that's, again, I'm really hoping that you can find that, because these skills will help you make a lot of money in a very short amount of time. And once again, keep in mind, you don't have to learn a new skill. Hopefully this is just broadening up your thought process, but you don't have to learn a new skill. Think about a problem that you've solved or something that you can teach people, and just realize that that exact problem is a problem that other people have dealt with, or you being able to teach something is something that others may actually want to learn. I mean, that's exactly what I do right now. So it's pretty much that simple. I mean, it's really that easy. And hopefully, you know, this will give you an idea of what I mean. The first one I want to discuss is grant writing. And I've had a few videos on this channel that have done fairly well talking about grants, securing sometimes money from the government, sometimes from various like institutions, and you can get these grants to use money for your nonprofit or for your business or for various ideas or opportunities, research. It's so many different things that you can do. But one thing that people have a problem with is grant writing. Now, grant writing is the practice of composing a detailed application to request this financial funding from organizations like foundations, like corporations or government agencies. And it's, again, often used by a lot of nonprofits. And it takes research to secure these specific projects or initiatives. And it really does involve a lot of outlining the need for funding, the project goals, the methods, and the impact metrics to convince these places that you actually need their support. So I actually learned about grant writing and got relatively good at it while applying for a 501c3 nonprofit. If anyone right now, if you're watching this video and you have a 501c, you had to do grant writing in some way, form, or fashion in order to get that. How long did it take you? That is a skill, right? That's something that not everyone can just do unless you really take the time to actually learn it. So you didn't realize, but that's a really, really, really valuable skill. So most people have a hard time with this. It's really not, it's not that easy, but it's something that's not that hard to learn either. So here's the thing. A lot of people pay for convenience. If you think about Amazon, sometimes Amazon doesn't even have the best price for something, but guess what they do have? Prime. You can get it the same day. It's for convenience. People like to pay for a convenience. And for them, if they feel like it's not that much money and it's worth it, then they're willing to pay. How much do you think someone's willing to pay for a grant writer that can secure them hundreds and thousands of dollars in funding? How much do you think that that's worth? Let's actually go on to one of the sites that I mentioned and let's take a look at how much value that actually brings. So right now we are currently on the Fiverr website. Again, Fiverr is one of those freelance websites where you can sell your skills or your services. And I'm just going to go to the services that people love because this is the Fiverr's choice. Now, there are various prices here, as you can see, 20, 30, 100, 150. Don't be surprised with Fiverr when you see low prices at the beginning. Normally, they have tiers to these things. So let's just go to this one. It has the highest rating right here. And as you can see, I will write your grant proposal. So this is someone that has 223 reviews and they will write a proposal for you. And they have a basic plan right here. And let me just close this out. Their basic plan starts off at $160 with a cover letter, and they'll receive a grant with 500 to 750 words, a grant letter. They also have a standard for 600 and a premium for 900. You'd only have to do 10 of these for the premium to make $9,000 in a single month. I know a lot about grant writing where $900 is not that bad. And for the person who's actually trying to get the grant, they don't think it's that bad either. They might secure 6 figures in grants with that one proposal, or they might use this one proposal as a template to then send it to the next 20. So for them, $900 is nothing when it comes to getting this proposal written, right? These things start to actually add up fairly quickly. And again, it's simple skills that no one else thought about. And I myself have personally done this on Fiverr and have made money. I've done a few different things on Fiverr. Some of you know I used to make music. I still do, but haven't put it out in a little bit. Eventually I'll get back to it. But music is something that I liked a lot. I ghost wrote on Fiverr and made at least $800 a month just from ghostwriting usually one or two verses. Full songs were like, a couple $100s. So it was very, very easy for me to make money by doing that. And you'd be surprised how many people were looking for that particular service. Now, with that being said, it does take some work up front for you to eventually become a Fiverr's Choice member. But that's the reason why you want to start with social media. Put it on Fiverr, put it on Upwork, put it various places where you can get a lot of traction, and use social media to help you build traction. And if you have a lot of free time, you shouldn't have time to play around. You should be focusing on pushing this stuff. There's just no excuse. If you have the time, then do it. And even if you have a job, everyone has a couple days off, at least one. It doesn't take that much time to spend a couple hours on learning a new skill. But let's move on to the next one. Now, this is another one that I've definitely done a lot, and it's job resumes. Some of you may be thinking like anybody can write a resume, but that is definitely not the case. They are the introduction to you getting a job, and people will definitely pay for them to secure a job, and it's getting more competitive for you to actually get positions at this time. So resumes are the first presentation to present your professional skills, your background, your accomplishments as an individual. It's like literally the first thing that they're going to see when they're trying to decide whether or not they want to proceed in the hiring process. Now, these documents are essential in job searching, and most hiring managers will request each applicant to submit a resume as part of the application process. Many people struggle when it comes to writing their own resumes, and they like to turn to experienced writers who produce a professional summary of themselves. Now, you might earn between like $50 to $100 for a basic resume for someone newer. But as you start to get more work, as it gets more extensive, and you're dealing with someone who's, let's say, on an executive level, you may be charging up to $300 per resume. And one way to increase your earning potential is to become certified through one of the main professional associations. And that's according to the data from the U.S. Bureau of Labor and Statistics. So you can definitely look this stuff up. But the median salary in 2022 for writers, which includes resume writers, was around $63,000 per year, or that's right around like $5,200 per month. Now, full-time writers can earn between $4,000 and $6,000 per month, while part-time writers can earn $2,000 to $5,000 monthly. Most resume writers work freelance for their earnings, and it's, really dependent upon the complexity of the resume. And if it requires like research and some expertise level of writing, then of course you can demand a higher pay for that particular result. This works best if you couple it with content. Let's say, for example, you're giving content on social media about how to interview well. You're giving people tips about how to interview. You can also offer this as a service. Hey, I know that you are getting my tips on how to interview well, but I also want to give you this as the introduction before your interview. This is how you will get your foot in the door to even get the interview, by having a professional written resume. If you charge like $400 or $500 for one or two resumes, it only takes maybe 20 of those for you to end up getting that range that you want, $5,000 to $10,000 a month. And you don't have to spend money to do this. All you have to do is have the skill, and then have the determination and the willpower to actually get this out there for people to see that you're doing it. So no matter what you do, I don't care what it is in life, no matter what it is that you're doing, you have to put forth some effort in order for people to know that you're doing this. It will take some upfront work from you, but I can say that I've done these same things and have made money within 30 days, and it has been thousands of dollars. So it can be done. It just depends on your mindset and what you're willing to do. Now, let's actually go back to Fiverr and take a look at what people are charging for this particular skill. Yes, this will be the best of the best that are doing this right now currently. And I'm just going to go to the one that has 5 stars and the most reviews. And as you can see, it's starting at $250. Now, let's see what the basic one is. Well, basic we know is $250. The standard is $300 for a resume and a cover letter. The premium is $375. So there you go. I mean, right there, if you're charging $375 for a premium service when it comes to resumes, for you to make $10,000, it will only take around 26 resumes at the premium level. For you to get paid $5,000, it'd take about a little more than 13 resumes for you to get that. So the more that you look at this, it starts to become very easy to see that there are a lot of skills that you can actually learn in a short period of time that will pay a good amount of money, and you can make a lot of money by doing this. And it doesn't require business credit. It doesn't require you to leverage anything. It doesn't require a lot of overhead. It just requires you to be a person who's willing to have the determination and the discipline to learn a skill, put yourself out there, and then actually execute on that plan to start making money. And then from here, I've done this myself, started with stuff just like this, scaled it up, and then moved on to other things. So, I mean, it definitely helped me get to where I needed to be at in between times, and it can do the same for you. The next one on our list here is one-on-one coachings. I remember like right after, I want to say like 2020, right around, it was a time I went to Miami, but there were a lot of people making a lot of money. And I finally had enough and was like, man, I see all these people doing it. What's the difference between me and them? So I started looking at different ways to make money. And this was one of the things that I found. Like I said, no matter what you look at, everyone's going to give you around the same type of thing. Like it's going to be something online. It's going to be a few like different things. But I would always think, man, I can't see myself doing that. It's just a mindset. Because I remember seeing one-on-one coaching as a job, and it made me mad because I'm like, who's going to pay to talk to me? A couple years later, I get paid a lot for people to talk to me now. But it seemed unrealistic at that time when I'm telling you, when the person I was watching their video on YouTube, just like you may be watching this one, I thought to myself, that is crazy. I just clicked off. I'm telling you, that's how you lose. If you just clicked off or, that person's not watching this video anymore, that's how you lose. Because you already psyched yourself out just because you can't see it for yourself. I'm here to tell you, I could never have imagined myself in this same position 4 years ago. But yet here I am and it's working. So, I don't really know what else to really say, but I never thought I could do it. I had to change my mindset. Everything changed after that. So to make money with one-on-one coaching, you need to identify a niche area of expertise. What are you good at? And I've done this for music marketing. I've done this for stock trading. I really should do this for YouTube because I understand YouTube with any niche now. I understand how to market it and how to get it to someone. It doesn't even matter which one it is. I'm pretty sure I could start any YouTube channel now and make it successful. I'm fairly certain of that. So this works best when you build a strong online presence. And if you want to attract clients through marketing efforts, you want to offer personalized coaching packages at competitive rates and deliver high quality coaching sessions and consistently provide value when you're talking to clients. And you want to encourage repeat business by, exploring options like group coachings or digital products to supplement your income. I did a previous video where I talked about PLR. I highly recommend watching that video. It kind of goes into that. But with one-on-one coaching, this has the potential to make you a lot of money. Again, I do it myself now to the point where I've actually tried to scale back on one-on-one coachings because I've gotten so overbooked with them that it's taking away from other things that I'm trying to do. So I've actually had to raise my prices to scale back because now my time is becoming way more valuable than I can quantify by even talking to someone for a certain period of time, because there are other things that I need to do. And there's only so much time that I can spend talking to people. So, unfortunately, I've had to reduce it because you can only do so many of those in a day when I have other things I can do where they can live on even without me having to do any work in real time and still produce income for me. So those things I try to focus more on. But I can tell you with pure certainty that when it comes to one-on-one coachings, very easy to make well over $10,000 a month, super easy. Consistently with me even slowing down on these things, I can do $5,000 a month on this super easy. And I was able to do this with a brand new YouTube channel, and I was able to make at least $4,000 off of this in my first month before I was even monetized. I was able to make money off of this even prior to YouTube. So I can say with certainty, this actually really, truly does work. Now, within 30 days, maybe a little bit of a stretch, but I would say that you could definitely take 30 days, get started. By the next 30 days, you're probably going to be making $3,000 to $4,000 per month. To get started in doing this, pick a social media platform. I don't care if it's TikTok. I don't care if it's LinkedIn. I don't care if it's Pinterest. I don't care if it's X. I don't care if it's Instagram. I think YouTube is the best, but you can pick whichever one that you want. Start communicating with people about something that you care about, something that you know about, something that's valuable to you, whatever it is that you feel like you're an authority in. And then offer those services to people who want to talk to you about that so they can also become an authority, or they can also learn a skill, or they can also solve a problem. I'm telling you, if as long as you're providing value, people will understand. They will, and they're going to pay for it. Group coachings. I've seen this. I've seen people do sessions where they have like a class of like 30 people, and they'll do this all at one time and get all their money and only work once a month. You can do that too. There is easy group coachings that you can do and facilitate sessions. And that way you could work once a month and make $5,000 in one day. And that's it. Digital products, online courses, ebooks, downloadable content, they're all related to that coaching niche. You'll be able to do all of that. And you can also get extra money from affiliate marketing by promoting relevant products or services from other companies. And eventually other companies will reach out and pay you to do the exact same thing. This thing is so multi-layered, guys. It really does build on top of itself, and you're going to understand that going from, making 5 to 10 is going to be really easy, and then scale up to 12, 15, 20, and it just gets easier from there when you get started. The hardest part is believing that you can do it, and then doing it every day, and then continuing to do it and grow. You just got to first start by knowing that you're capable. All right, let's move on to the next one. Now, this one is a very high ticket skill that I think goes over a lot of people's head, but it's really one that you can't overlook, that I can guarantee people are paying for it. I've definitely gotten paid for it, but I learned how to do this. So that same time where I had just left Miami, I seen too many people getting so much money, and I was trying to figure out what I can do. One of the things that I learned to do is drop shipping. For drop shipping, you had to sell a product that was in a different place. Maybe it was like a warehouse in Indonesia or different places. You would then ship the product from there, and then you would ship it to a person. So they would pay for the product. And then from there, you would get paid the difference. You were like the middleman. But in order to do this, I would use a Facebook pixel to then run ads, and I had to build a store. I got so good at this, I was building websites in like a day. That's how good I got at it. And since I got so good at it, I decided to give my services on Fiverr to build websites. Now, to make money building a website, you can primarily generate income through, again, freelance website services or designs, where you can build websites for client for a fee, and you can start off with a small fee to get your reviews up and then work your way up. But this is kind of already a high ticket skill. People pay a lot of money to build websites, and usually people like the product websites to sell like a item or a service through an online store or e-commerce store, and you can charge more if there are multiple pages on your store. But most people just need like a simple setup, maybe like a one product page that's very clean and easy to use. Now, again, it's very high ticket. So you can charge anywhere between $500 to $10,000 easily for one website, depending on the complexity of this project. And you can take courses online to learn this on YouTube for free, to learn how to use Squarespace, Wix, Shopify, etc. There's different websites, and a lot of them have easy AI tools that will pretty much do most of the work for you. This is one of the most lucrative skills you will ever have when it comes to freelancing. And you can go to Fiverr and look this one up. I don't really have to. I mean, it's so many people that are making tons of money by doing this online, because multiple people need websites and storefronts. They don't know how to build it. They don't want to do it themselves. And they're more than happy to pay you depending on what it is that you're offering and for your level of expertise. You want to help people with this? Here's my recommendation. Start a YouTube channel, show people how to build websites completely for free, offer your services to build complex websites, and let them know what you're charging. And it can be from however much $100 to whatever. Maybe take on 3 projects that are at least $5,000 every single month. That gives you $15,000 guaranteed from doing those 3 projects. That way you're not overworked, you're not overwhelmed. You still have time to create your content, put it out to, of course, drive traffic, to request more actual projects, and you can schedule them out in order to get it done, and you can charge more to meet deadlines. Some people want that stuff done within a certain amount of time, like 30 to 60 days. So depending on how soon they need it, you can upcharge, hundreds and thousands of dollars. But again, this is one of the most lucrative skills that you can possibly have. And there's, plenty of different websites and examples for freelance work where you can go and you can see of people charging tons of money for this. So this is the last one that I want to talk about. And I would say in 30 days, if you really understood how content creation works, that is going to make you tons of money. Now, this is one of the skills that literally will pay you all the money in the world. Do you know how much money people will pay for you to show them how to create content, for you to create reels for them, for you to edit videos for them, for you to just put subtitles on their videos, for you to show them how content works? If you learn about content creation or you decide to become a micro content creator, you are going to make a lot of money once you understand how this process works. So you don't need a massive following to unlock your earning potential. You can again be a micro influencer and can start making money on social media with as little as 1,000 followers. I mean, I kid you not. I have an entire blueprint on marketing free on this channel. I show you how to build a website free on this channel. I also have a video that I did 6 months ago when I first got 10,000 subscribers. I'm on my way to 40,000. Since then, I 4x'd my subscriber count on YouTube, and we've done that in about 1 year. And it shows you how to build a YouTube business. And I haven't even released that video. I make so much content, and sometimes I make it based off of the need. And because I talk about so many various things, like people think that I'm a credit repair specialist, and I'm not. I'm a business strategist. I do everything from stock trading to crypto to real estate to business to this, to even teaching these things. I wear a lot of hats because I do a lot of different things, and I like to learn. I like to learn in a hyper fashion. And I think that I've taken that and I've made it into a very, 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 very high lucrative skill set. I have a very, very high lucrative set of skills, and all of these different things make me a lot of money. And again, I want to share them with you because skills are the thing that will take you to making, zero in your bedroom, from nothing to 6 figures, to making millions of dollars. Skills will do that. The more valuable you are as a person, the more that people will pay you for that value. So I really hope that this encouraged you to really to not just stick with the things that seem like they're easy, but challenge yourself to actually learn quantifiable skills that are very, very valuable and that you can learn in a short period of time, and you can easily make $5,000 to $10,000 per month. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm telling you, I don't really take for granted the attention that is given to me, but I really do hope that you're encouraged to actually try these new skills, especially because it's the beginning of a new year. I would like you to see the opportunity while these things are still there. Things change very quickly, especially with technology, especially with AI. So, a lot of the skills that you're going to want to learn, you'll want to learn them very, very fast, because eventually as AI progresses, it'll get easier and easier for other people to replicate skills, and you'll have to be more valuable in order to be someone that can actually, charge a lot of money for whatever those things are, especially when those things require a human touch. So just bear that in mind and just try some things out. It's okay to fail. It's okay to not succeed the first time you do this. It's okay. That's how you learn. That's what makes you human. The fact that you go through trial and error to learn a process or something or a concept, and then you come back and you can turn it into something amazing. I've done that my entire life. I don't learn anything from success. I learn everything from failing. That is my, my greatest strength is what I do with my failures. So hopefully you will try one of these things out, or it sparked an idea in you for you to try something new. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm overly appreciative, and you have a wonderful day.